feels kind of bruised or sore.
Is Megan
I got an
beating you
HP.
up?
No, 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 no. No, Amelia got her COVID vaccine on Friday, and I got my first of 3 HPV vaccines.
Her doctor's already doing it.
No, we went and got it at CVS because the FDC said it was fine. So Megan got it all set up, and she got her first one,
Cool.
and she had no problem.
What now? What is your and it's just more out of my curiosity because we were thinking the same thing, except we were more apt to wait for the doctor instead of doing like CVS and Walgreens. What what was your guys thinking as far as going that route?
Well, did you get your initial shots or boosters at the doctor itself?
I did not. I did mine at the mass vaccinate one of the mass vaccination sites.
So that's exactly how I got my 2 doses, and then my booster I got at CVS later on.
That
The thing is that once it's approved by the FDC or the CDC or whoever the hell it is, it's fine for kids and whoever else to get those specific shots or boosters and whatnot.
yeah.
So once it's approved, you can get it anywhere. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's all a matter of your preference. And if you don't feel comfortable just jumping the gun and doing it, then definitely ask your doctor and see what they say. They might have a differing opinion, or they might say, yeah, it's perfectly fine. So if you don't feel comfortable just going into it,
Yeah.
ask them first.
Yeah, because that was one of the things that we started with. Because I know her, Khalees's mother's been very adamant about us getting Sawyer his shot as soon as possible.
Yep.
And she had mentioned the CVS and all that, and that's when we said, all right, we want to talk to our doctor first. Callie sent an email. She replied back saying, yeah, it is approved. We're waiting to set up our shots if you want us to put them on the list. And you could also get it done at CVS, Walgreens, those type of places. When I talked to Callie about it, I was a little apprehensive, and even prior to, and it sounds a little silly now. Now that your reasoning behind it was me personally, I'd rather him go to the doctor and them do it, because they'll have him sit there, and if something happens, they can do that. Whereas my way of thinking, at least with the CVS and Walgreens, they didn't really care so much, like the waiting period to see if there's like any initial reaction, especially when I got my booster. They had me sit there, said, oh, you need to sit there for like 10-15 minutes. And then after like 5 minutes, I was like, oh, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, that's generally the idea. I mean, even with Amelia, they didn't have us sit and wait. I was like, if you don't want to sit here and wait, that's okay. I'll keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
We just walked out. She was good. And if it helps, there was at least a 1.5, if not 2-year-old that was right in front of Amelia and got hers too.
Okay. I don't know if it's just me being paranoid or something like that, and I don't know if...
Well, I mean, I don't blame you, because there's some people who would rather, get all that kind of stuff at the doctor, because you don't really know what these people's, degrees in education and background are either.
Right.
But I'm sure that they're licensed and practiced for specific things.
Right. This is where I'm kind of thinking I'm being a little more overbearing, overprotective kind of parent, especially...
Apprehensive?
Yeah, because, you just said it. Where did I get my boosters? After my initial shots at the mass vac sites, my boosters were at CVS, or was it Walgreens?
Mm-hmm.
Either
one would work.
Right. I had it done there. Why is it good? Why didn't I have an issue with that for me, but I'm having an issue with that for him?
Well, it's also different when it's our kids, too.
Yeah, true.
You know their doctor. They took care of everything for you and prescribed stuff, so you trust them more.
Right.
It's all a matter of what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Still doing... I've been doing a lot better with me letting him go and not be as the helicopter parent, but points.
It's tough.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, I know. I know that pain. It's tough, especially when you don't want them to get hurt or anything, but it's like, well, not going to learn if you don't do it, so go have fun. Just don't kill yourself.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? When we took him to Chuck E. Cheese for one of the school events that they were doing, and I swear to God, we'll get to the actual podcast. It was the first time we actually let him go do his thing because one of my old coworkers when I from at the Standard Times, she brought her daughter, and she normally lets her daughter just do her thing. She sits at the chair, just keeps an eye on her and stuff like that. I wouldn't normally do that. I would be chasing after him if he's running away or whatever. And
Always watching and seeing what he's doing.
right, and then she asked if he could go with her and stuff like that, and I let him, and that was just like, whoo, big time anxiety at that point.
It's tough to just say yes. It's like, yes, and then you go, oh shit, what did I do?
Pretty much, especially me knowing how much of a nut my kid is.
I know that pain, man. It's tough.
It is. Hey. So how was your week?
Playing hurry up and wait every single day because we don't know what's going on. Waiting for the baby.
Now, have you guys scheduled an induction yet, or do you know?
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yep. So if nothing tonight or tomorrow, Tuesday for sure.
Yay!
So she'll be here one way or another. Get out of my wife!
I just didn't know how because it's been a while with Sawyer, because last I remembered for him, it was when he passed his due date. They had her going for tests to make sure the fluids were the right level or weren't low or whatever.
Yep, we're correct. That's what we had to do Friday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know they wanted to get her in as soon as possible. I'm assuming because the fluids were a little bit low. I'm assuming if you guys are that quickly, it's the same type of situation.
It was originally scheduled for Friday, but Meg was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing it that soon. We'll wait till next week." So they let her push it to Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So it was over the 1 week mark. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, next Tuesday will be 1 full week.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not bad. I think ours was within the same week because of that.
Yeah, if there's like lower fluid or whatever, I'm sure that they would hurry it up.
Mm. Right. Well, you guys, good luck.
We're just waiting for anything.
She's comfy.
It'll happen.
She's comfy.
Yeah, too comfy.
Oh.
Get the fuck out.
Hey, you're gonna regret those words. You're gonna be up all night.
Maybe. I'm hoping that she is as good as Amelia was and sleeps through the night for us, but we'll see. She ain't here yet, so don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Yay. It's going to take some getting used to.
Oh, I'm sure. But it'll be just like riding a bike.
Sure.
A very bumpy, tiring one. Uphill both ways.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to start?
Yes.
Okay. Probably going to cut out all that middle stuff and just stick with the how was your week? And then go from there.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So I really scraped for news this week because there wasn't really much that went on or happened in my life or in gaming news.
Okay. Listen, with the announcements before, it's got to be some kind of lull somewhere.
In terms of what? Like, any of these announcements came before last week or after last week?
No, I'm talking about like the amount of news we have now compared to all the showcases and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a dip, and then it's gonna be like this. It's gonna go up and down. It's gonna have peaks and valleys. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Oh, absolutely.
At least from here on out, because we got some things still going on, like from now until the big holiday season. Mm-hmm. But it's nothing like that week of June when everything was hitting all at once. Sony was expected to do their own showcase soon. Like, there's some rumors that they might. As for when, I don't know. Wasn't it on the list? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Well, that worked. I didn't even mean to lead into it. That works. Yes, PlayStation was not attending Gamescom this year, which is another one of those game showcase things that happens over in Germany, I think.
Yes.
I think Gamescom was in Germany, yeah. Yeah, they're not showing off anything then, so the rumor is that they're going to have their own showcase soon, which does not surprise me. Because they're starting to branch out and do their own thing now, or do things their way.
That makes sense, especially like the topic that we talked about a few weeks back. These companies are realizing, hey, we don't really need to show up at these in-person stuff anymore.
Yeah, I think Sony was the first one to pull out of E3, saying, yeah, we don't need a show like this. We can show off our own stuff.
Pretty much. Look at how much the oohing and ahhing we do over YouTube, let alone. So.
That's true. And then when you have like the game companies who can do all that stuff in-house or outsource it to somebody else and get the show set up for them, you don't need a show to do it.
Exactly.
At least we still get some showcases during the E3 time period. I don't think it would be the same if we didn't get like a giant giant swath of games being shown off during June.
Yeah.
It'd be really weird and feel empty.
Agreed.
Speaking of a huge swath of games that I did not put on the list because I forgot that it was even happening. Starting today, it started at like noon, I think, already.
Okay.
Summer Games Done Quick is going on.
Oh, really?
Do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
Do you like speedrunning?
I don't do speedrunning myself, but I've seen a few videos.
It's cool seeing people do speedrunning.
Yes, it is.
So every 6 months, the Games Done Quick group, people, company, what have you, I don't know what you want to call them, they put on 2 different shows. One's called Awesome Games Done Quick, and the other one is called Summer Games Done Quick. Okay. Awesome Games is in January, I think, and then Summer Games Done Quick is from now until next Sunday. It is a week-long marathon, like 24 hours a day for 7 days a week, or for an entire 7 days, where it's just speedrunning millions of different kinds of games, and they're raising money for different charities.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's really cool, too, especially when they start showing off some of the newer games that they've speedrun or have figured out things, or like beaten world records on speedrunning while they're doing it live.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's really neat, too. I like watching it and listening to what goes on.
That's cool, because it's not like a formal type of thing. It's just... I think that's what I like about the live streams.
It's people showcasing their talents and their wit and skill. And sometimes the commentary is funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard it too, but like during the Metroid runs, that's where they, I think it was Super Metroid for the Super NES. Mm-hmm. That was like the main game that they would end all the speedrunning streams on.
Yeah.
And sometimes for different games they have different incentives where you donate to a specific thing for a game. Like for Super Metroid, it was always save the frames or kill the animals.
Okay.
Or yeah, save the frames and kill the animals, or one of the two. So you would donate to saving all the animals or killing them all. And depending on which one you do, obviously it affects the speed run and which way they're doing things or approaching stuff.
Right.
Some of them will have like, do the speed run using this character, or you can only do this thing so many times, or this thing a certain way.
Right.
It's a pretty cool way to change up speed running rather than just saying, watch me beat this game really fast.
Right, exactly.
But it's still cool. It's like audience participation, kind of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's not so much... I've seen stuff like that, not so much with speedrunning, but it's really cool seeing stuff like that.
If you get time and you're bored, I'd recommend checking it out. It's live on Twitch for 24 hours a day until next Sunday.
I will need to download Twitch.
It's free to sign up. Speaking of something that's free but not really free, and I'm I'm gonna lean on you about this and see how you feel because it doesn't affect me since I'm not a big fan of their shit, as you are.
Okay.
But what do you think about Square Enix's plans to start making things that are like story focused games, but they're NFTs?
I'm not under. That's one of the things I was having a hard time finding information on. What is their plan exactly as far as making story based NFTs?
So they have some companies have made games that are built using quote unquote blockchain technology where when you play the game you earn in-game items that only are specific to you and you can choose to either keep the item or sell it or whatever else.
Okay.
And from what I read is that these games are going to be built using similar technology and you're going to be doing the same thing. So when you do that, you get stuff that you own and can do stuff with. But I don't know how it's going to be like. Are they going to move their story like when they make their games and build it off of this blockchain technology, or do they have something different in mind? I haven't seen enough to know or figure that out yet.
Right. Exactly. Because that's why I was kind of hoping to find a little more information because the little that I did find, it was talking about like the NFTs were part of the story itself. I'm like, how do you do that? Or like one of a few of the comments that were common that I was seeing is Square, like same idea as how, again, I can't believe it keeps coming. It just happened to be coincidence of those type of comments that like Kingdom Hearts lore getting hidden behind NFTs and
Oh no.
yeah, I'm like, let's not do that. How the hell would you even do that? How would that make it even cohesive? If it's along the lines of what we talked about a few weeks ago, where I was like having personal or equipment that's specific to just you, that you're the only person that gets it for making these achievements, that I can get behind because that's exactly what we talked about. Um, and is the premise behind like some MMORPG animes where you get unique items and stuff like that are only one of a kind. I think that type of stuff is pretty damn cool, and would be a cool concept. And then you decide what you want to do with it and stuff like that. That I can get behind.
Mm-hmm.
But if it has to deal with the story itself, I don't see how that's gonna work. I would need to know more, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing too much. Like one of the articles I can send you here is from the video game Video Games Chronicle. And they still don't have much. Like Masuda still affirmed that they were looking to use NFT technology to make games, but it's still too early to consider making a Final Fantasy or a Dragon Quest built off the backs of NFTs.
Yeah.
But they're looking to still use that to supplement stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see what comes out of that. Still too early to say anything, but they are looking at it still as a viable option. Doesn't say much.
Uh, Ask me again when there's more information out.
Yes, boss. Oh, I don't remember if I asked you. Nice notes. I don't remember if I asked you earlier, but I'm going to ask you now since we're recording.
Uh-huh.
What stories did you find interesting that you read into? I want to see what caught your eye this week. We'll fill in the holes of whatever else we miss.
Let me double check really quick. Well,
No,
first,
now. You need to have it now.
well, first of all, I would be the first thing that I talked about was first thing I looked into was the Xenoblade Chronicles, because I was always interested in finding out more about them, because I've always.
Oh, you watched the direct?
Yeah, you're talking about the 24-minute video or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not watch that yet, so tell me about it.
It was. I like that. I like that whole video. It's interesting. I've never played any of the other Xenoblade games, so I don't know how the stories mesh with each other. If it's a continuation.
I'm assuming this is a direct sequel, because it's number 3.
You would think that, but look at the Final Fantasy series. Just because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't mean they're chronologically in order or they have anything to do with each other. Just
That's true. They're not actual sequels.
right. Um. So
When is the Final Fantasy the last one? They're all final. Anyway,
um.
so what did they show off during the direct? What did they talk about?
They were basically talking about the basic storyline, which was they create the characters involved have a finite lifespan of like 10 years or whatever. They're in a war with each other where
Are they not people?
they're people, but they're manufactured people. At least from what I'm getting at in the story, or at least in the
Okay.
explanation. And they're fighting each other to steal the other side's lifespan, I guess, to run their country.
You have lost me entirely now. Sounds crazy.
Yeah. Um.
I've never played any of these, so this is
Oh,
interesting and surprising.
same here. Um. But the main cast themselves are made up of people from both sides that's basically separated from that whole system. But oh my god, I'm drawing a blank at this point, and I have notes in front of me. I don't know, just the whole video. I liked it because of like it has interesting features and about it, where like the characters themselves can summon. They can partner up with people and fuse and to create like a summon type of character.
Like in their battles?
Yeah. Do you have you ever played Dot Hack GU?
Nope.
Okay, so that reference won't help. Um,
Sorry.
but there's
I know about the games.
well, in that game, there's like an avatar system where you can summon like a major beast or whatever and play as that beast. It's
Oh, not the last Airbender?
huh?
Not the last Airbender?
No.
Okay.
but but it looks similar in idea to that. Um, a lot of the things sound very similar now that I'm looking at my notes again. But and each character, supposedly each character's in the fusion, depending on who's controlling it, can determine what the avatar looking character looks like and their ability set and whatnot. So
Okay.
I would be interested in finding out what that's about. They also have a class swapping feature, where like each character starts off with their own class, but they're compatible with everybody else's as well. After a certain point, you can switch into their
So
class.
it's just your typical class-based system.
Right, exactly. And
Okay.
as you're going through, you'll gain abilities that can be used throughout, no matter which class you're switching into, and then those abilities confuse with those other abilities as well, type of thing.
Okay.
Event from I'm not explaining it very well. Holy shit.
It sounds like you can use classes across the other classes when you learn their skills, kind of.
Right, exactly.
So it sounds a lot like Octopath. When you change jobs, you can maintain skills that you learn from those jobs to keep them equipped on your character.
Right, and then not only that, you can chain the abilities from multiple characters at the same time to cause like the character to get like your enemy to get like a knockback feature, knock them up into the air, use an ultimate skill, stuff like that.
What is their battle system like? Is it like
It's an active
It's-
it's an active battle system, similar to like the like MMORPGs.
but with like an actual active time gauge like Final Fantasy, or is it just like it separates you into a little arena and you can run around action RPG style?
It's I know it's open world, but like it's the way it's set up is, at least from what I saw in the demo that they showed, it had like you have the four main skills that you can set, and you can choose to attack with those skill systems. It's not like it's a time frame type of thing. You just button mash type of thing.
Okay. Sounds kind of like Tales of Symphonia.
Maybe, I think so. But it's definitely a game that
Sounds
if I
interesting.
it's definitely a game that if I had the Switch, I would go out of my way to get it just to try it.
You like that style?
Yeah, it looks cool. It seems like the same idea as the same type of battle system as like Kingdom Hearts type of thing. That type of flow I'm okay with. Not okay with the battle system like Final Fantasy 12 was or anything like that. That I don't care for.
Okay. I think it only came out on the Xbox, but if you ever get a chance to play a game called Lost Odyssey, I would recommend it. Especially since you like Final Fantasy and that kind of stuff, because it's right along those lines.
It's that name. That name sounds familiar. I'll have to check that out later.
It might be familiar. If you recognize the name, you'll probably recognize the game as soon as you see it.
Okay.
Yay! So anything else from Nintendo Direct? They did call it a Direct.
Yeah, they did call it Nintendo Direct. Outside of that, I would say it's definitely a pretty good looking game.
Okay.
But outside of that,
I mean, the Switch is a pretty decent console, so the fact that they can put out something that's fiduci, I don't know, that's that high fidelity. There you go.
I agreed.
Yay. Along Nintendo's lines, Rune Factory 5 was announced for the PC. If Bailey was on this week, she could have talked to us about Rune Factory since she's played it and I haven't.
This is the first time hearing of the game. When I was, I want to say when I was looking at the trailer, it reminded me of like a fusion. It reminded me of like a fusion of Harvest Moon and World of Final Fantasy.
Well, that'd be interesting.
It,
Sounds like it could be like I was gonna say Monster Rancher, but I don't feel like that's right. Like, there's no monster fusing in that, was there? And I was just using the disc to make the monsters, but I'm trying to think of the game that I played where you actually use the two monsters and you fuse them together to make a new one.
I don't. I want to say Monster Rancher did that at some point. I know the card game does.
Mm-hmm. You said that, and I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh now. Getting way off track.
Oh no, that did come to my mind when you were saying it. So I'm like, let's not be confusing that. Well, yeah, it looked cutesy, chibi style.
Remember, that was the game that she made Droop in from our D&D session.
Is it?
She made Droop in Rune Factory.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember that conversation.
So yeah, there's goblets in it. And that's all I have on that front because I don't know anything else about the game.
Me neither. If it comes on sale for PlayStation, by all means, I'll definitely take a look at it. But I wouldn't go out of my way from the commercial to try it. To be honest.
So it's piqued your interest, but not enough to search it out.
Pretty much. Like if it happens to be featured as like the free game to download for the month, I'll do it.
More reason to download it then.
Uh,
Keeping going with Nintendo, they got a new Fire Emblem Warriors game, which that's along the easiest way I can explain it for you, if you don't know, is that the Warriors versions of Fire Emblem are the Koei Tecmo games, which are the people who made Dynasty Warriors.
yes.
Yes. So that's what those ones are based off of.
Okay.
Or along those lines. They are Dynasty Warriors-esque games with like their own stories and little side quests and shit like that thrown into.
Okay.
But their third-party games that they put out like that are great, and this one is no different. Like, they did Legend of Zelda for it. They've done Fire Emblem. I think they did a Persona game based on that too. They're all excellent. So this one's no different. I even put a score in there too, just to let you know when I looked it up. Sitting at an 81 out of 100 last I saw. So it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, from what I saw as far as the reviews, a lot of people really liked it, and I liked it. I like the premise behind it, where like the protagonist from the last game from the prior
Is now the villain.
Yeah, just so that they can flush that out and stuff like that.
Hopefully that's not a spoiler, but I think it's like right in the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, they mentioned it right then and there.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Daggers, prior game,
Am I making you jump around in your notes?
No, I'm just trying to read what I had said because I know I had made a connection, similarities, idea wise, why I think it could be good. Because of the fact that like when I heard that part, it reminded me of like the comparison of the protagonist from Dot Hack, the original video games, with Kite and Black Rose and all them, to
Sure.
to those characters coming over to GU. Because that at the beginning of GU, they actually end up being or at least Kite, anyways, ends up being the bad guy, and that piqued my interest at that time because I was like, okay, what the hell happened between the original games to this that he's like this? So,
Right.
if it gives that people that kind of idea, then yeah, it can definitely be a good job.
Okay. Well, everybody who's played it so far says it's great, so that's good to know. I have not, like, for Christmas, I think it was, Bailey, maybe it was Christmas or maybe my birthday, Bailey bought me a Fire Emblem game, and I hadn't touched Fire Emblem since the GameCube, so I'm still working my way through that game, but it's good. The normal Fire Emblem game. It's fun. But, yeah. Do you want to know about another good game that came out, or a bad one?
What game you talking about?
TMNT is awesome and excellent and fun, so you should play it when you get a chance to.
I do.
You knew I was going to say that.
Absolutely.
I've been waiting on that game. I played the shit out of it and still playing it. It's so much fun. It's so good.
I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but from what I saw, videos and stuff like that, it looks awesome. The only thing I'm pissed about that I found out is there's no cross-platform. Like, you can play if I download it for PC, I can play with you, but if I put it on the PlayStation, nope.
No crossplay with that. Damn.
Nope.
Well,
Not
that
right now,
sucks.
anyways.
I thought it was complete crossplay. Boo.
It is not, unfortunately.
Boo. Oh well. And also, speaking of that, I think I'm second guessing myself, even though I just checked it a little bit ago. I was wrong about it being 8-player. Maybe it's 8-player couch co-op and 6-player online. But it's something like that. Like, you can have that many people playing at once. And now I'm going to double check just to be sure, because I don't like being wrong.
I want to say it said 8-player, from what I read.
I'm just second guessing myself, because I said 8, and I'm like, wait a minute, that just seems too much. Let's see here. Because they only have 7 playable characters. Because you've got the 4 turtles, you got Casey Jones, April, and Splinter. Pair up to... How many does it say? Come on. So, PC and Game Pass up to 6 players supported. Switch is up to 6. Online is 6. PlayStation says up to 4 players.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Why?
Good question. It says PS Plus subscription required up to 4 players. PC, Game Pass, and Steam. Game Pass subscription required up to 6 players supported. Xbox also says Xbox Live Gold account required up to 6 players. Nintendo Switch, same thing. Switch Online and up to 6 players.
I'm wondering if for PlayStation wise, if the cross-platform is because of them limiting it to 4.
It's a very good question. Yeah, everything else is saying up to 6 players can take on a role of different character in a multiplayer session. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Yeah, a local co-op requires your friends to connect their controllers to your console. This means 6 controllers can be connected for the Switch or the Xbox, but only 4 for PlayStation.
Okay, that.
So that's local co-op. Online, still 6 with everybody. Yeah, all players need a PlayStation Plus, Xbox Gold, or Nintendo Switch online subscription. And play up to 6 people. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I think PlayStation, the local co-op, I think being limited to 4. PlayStation's always been that way ever since the first system, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, right here it says it does not support cross-platform play, and you must play on the same console as your friends, except for PC and Xbox, of course. Boo! We need crossplay for that.
It would be very nice.
And I guess on the other end of that, Sonic Origins is kind of meh.
Yeah. Or am I?
Do you remember? Go ahead.
No, I might be confusing it with Frontier.
Frontier was the demo. Origins was the game that just came out, which was the collection of all like the old style games and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of what I was reading was more.
But here, which one of those do you want to talk about, or do you feel more comfortable talking about?
Either one's fine with me. I know as far as Origins goes, one of the things was not making any sense to me is why they changed the music. Because a lot of people they were saying because of supposed Michael Jackson's involvement in the music, and they changed.
So those are two separate things. Yuji Naka, which was one of the original creators of it, came out and finally said yes. Michael Jackson had a hand in making some of the music for Sonic 3,
Yeah.
but part of them having to basically redo music and it not be the same as the original was, I think they didn't have access to the old carts, which had some of the music on it and stuff, so they didn't like have the rights to be able to reproduce it or anything.
Okay.
So they had to just basically rework it from the ground up to make it sound as close to that as they could. But there was, let me see if I can find the Twitter account. There was a Twitter account that like kind of houses archived information of this stuff and has some of those cards on them.
Okay.
And we're like, hey, who do we have to talk to at Sega to hand them these cards so they can remake the music correctly?
Right, because
So there's always a chance that they might be able to turn around and remake the music the right way and put it back into the game.
right, because at least the stuff I was reading was saying like that Sega did it on purpose because the allegations behind the child molestation allegations for Michael Jackson, but like how does that and them still wanting to be separated from that? Like the guy's long since passed away and he's still regarded as like one of the best musicians around. How does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of things have changed. Let's see, I don't... Not finding the tweet offhand. I don't know, it was some other company, but it was like... Literally, it looked like a RAM stick that had the Sonic 3 and then like the information on it. I was like, who can we send this to get the information, or to give them the information so they can redo the music?
Right. I don't get it. What?
It's confusing.
Yeah, and then one of the other things that people were complaining about was like the release of it was with some bugs and in the system and whatnot.
It was definitely not up to snuff for sure, and like even the producers were upset with some of the stuff that came out, like the bugs and stuff that they were trying to fix and were pushing to get fixed.
Yeah.
And I think the producer on the game was like, he's upset with the condition it was released in because they were under such a crunch to get it out.
Right.
And not to mention, like, some of the shit you still have to, like, buy separate. Off. So if you only buy the $40 base game, you get the game. But then you've got all the extra add-ons, too, that you have to pay for to get. which is like the mission mode, the challenges, the extra music, and hard mode, and all this other stuff.
Then what the hell's the point of buying the bundle?
So that you get all that. But there's no point in bundling all that stuff when you just make it one price and throw it all in together.
Exactly. What the? I, I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh, I have it written down here. I need to start reading my notes again. It says, well, a lot of people have been saying too that it's a good remaster and a port of a lot of the other ones. The new editions are cool and some of the new options are neat, but it's not worth a $40 price tag, especially when you're paying for extra stuff like cosmetics and additional hard modes and challenges, like I said.
Yeah.
And the biggest gripes that people were having with the game itself were like clipping of audios, clipping through things, bugs that are halting progression or just messing up runs when you're playing the game.
Right.
And just things that if they spent a little more time working on, they probably could have got worked out.
Right. And I think at one point, from what I was reading, the company that they were using to like do the oh my god, making the game for them, for that Sega hired to make the game for them. They're saying, listen, you've released it. Let us run a patch to fix these. And Sega's like, nope.
That would not surprise me. Sega's really weird when they've released games and like who they allowed to work on their IPs. Like, some of the decisions they make just don't make sense.
It doesn't, and it's a shame. But whatever, that's their problem.
Yeah, because that's how you end up with things like Sonic Frontiers, and then you got the people who are working on the game saying, you'll understand it when you play it because it doesn't make sense just looking at it. And then you get the people who play the demo who come back and be like, yeah, the game still doesn't make sense. What the hell do you do?
I saw it, and it left a bad taste in my mouth.
It was weird.
Yeah, agree 100%. It looked weird. It didn't sit right with me when I was watching it.
It's weird to be a fast hedgehog and your point of the game is to run fast, and then you run fast just to have to stop and fight an enemy in some weird thing, and then you fight him like by bouncing into him a bunch, and then from there it kind of opens a portal to go into like a sub level where you can do shit too.
Right.
I don't know. It didn't make sense. Looking at it and trying to understand it, it was weird and confusing.
It basically gave me the same feeling like we were talking about when Budokai switched over to Tenkaichi.
Mm-hmm.
The games originally started as like a fighter, 1 versus 1 fighter game to an open world fighter game. It left me with that same feeling. I'm like, why? It's awkward.
Too drastic of a change.
Yeah. And not to mention the fact that I didn't realize it. I knew it something was off. I didn't realize it until an article I read said it. That it was actually Digital Trends that pointed it out. That the color, the feeling of it is it's depressing. It's out of place. The colors, where normally it's like vibrant colors and stuff like that, whereas this it's drab. And
yeah, the colors are a little more muted and realistic looking, rather than being bright and colorful like Sonic Colors was, or any of the other ones that came before that.
Right. And
I never even thought about that.
And they weren't sure if that was intentional or not because it's the demo.
Yeah, they could definitely change that at any point too.
So,
but I mean, when all the like, quote unquote influencers and people in the industry that I follow talk about that demo, no one has said anything positive about it.
I couldn't imagine. I'm not.
The idea of an open world Sonic sounds good, but you gotta get the presentation down right, and it just did not present well.
It didn't feel like a Sonic game. I'm sorry.
Nothing like Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
Those were weird, but those still felt like Sonic games.
Well, talking about disappointing games, the next one that pissed me off was Diablo Immortal, and I didn't think.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, that was their mobile port. Remember, it's not a full-fledged one like Diablo 4 is.
yeah, but still, I tried. I literally tried to play the game. I can't. I still to this day
Oh,
can't.
you actually downloaded and tried?
I downloaded it. The game keeps crashing on me. It
Wow.
it will not get past the loading screen. I've uninstalled it. I've reinstalled it. It won't. And after reading a few reviews on it of the people that actually were able to play, and your um the little snippet that note that you wrote, um it's basically a pay to win game, and I'm sorry, I'm not putting money into it.
Why? Because it's a free-to-play game and you can spend money to get better items.
Yeah, like the amount of money people, from what I've been reading, the amount of money people have already invested in the game, and it just released. It's
Yeah, there was a streamer or YouTuber that, like, the big story coming out of them was they spent $10,000 or $15,000 on loot boxes just to see what they got,
mm,
and it took them spending $15,000 alone to get a legendary gem that they were looking for.
yeah, no, sorry, not doing that.
I mean, that's what mobile games are these days, which is sad, but that's how they make their money, and they make a killing off this shit. If people would just stop doing it, then they couldn't do this anymore.
Right, and it's ridiculous to the point where again, I don't know how true this story is, but supposedly I got amusement out of it. There was supposedly a guy that had money saved up on his WoW account. Like he bought at a con or whatever. He bought like $1,000 worth of WoW currency that eventually, because he just sat on it, and due to inflation, it came out to like thousands and thousands of dollars.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he had it converted over to.
Oh no.
Yeah, he converted that currency over to the currency for
Oh
Diablo.
no. And then blew it all, right?
Blew every dime of it,
Of
and
course.
upgraded his character to the point that he was owning the whales just because he could. I'm like,
I mean, it's their money, I guess, whatever, but ugh, gross. Oh, what is today? Ugh, 4 more days. Sorry, 4 more days because the DLC for Cuphead comes out. Since we're talking about games
yeah.
and DLC and crunching and non-crunching to make games, Studio MDHR did not crunch making the DLC, which is why it took fucking 5 years for the game to come out, or for the DLC to come out. But that's a good thing.
Oh, absolutely.
When a company is not crunching their people to make the game come out, it's always better for the industry, even if it takes a little bit of time. So I applaud them for taking their time slow and steady and getting it done correctly.
Oh, agreed. I think, what was it, the owner or somebody legitimately said, listen, we prefer giving our employees the time to rest up and stuff like that than pressure them.
I think it was just a spokesperson for the studio itself. Yeah, it was some lady. But yeah, that's basically what she said. She's like, oh, you have leeway to get your work done. We are not going to bang you over the head with it.
Right. It's like, it comes out, it comes out. It doesn't, it doesn't. It'll come out when it does.
It's like that old Shigeru Miyamoto quote. A good game is... What the... Of course, I'm going to tell you it and I forget it. It's like a bad game is forever, but a good game is eventually something. I got to look it up because I see it all the damn time, but of course I haven't committed it to memory. But yeah, that comes out in like 4 days, so another thing to look forward to because I think it's free on Game Pass as well.
Is it?
Not that I'm pushing that on you still. I'm just saying. I also see you wore your Kingdom Hearts hat, and I'm waiting for you to work that into the conversation.
Wait, we already have. You forgot?
Square Enix? That's not... Well, you did mention Kingdom Hearts earlier.
Look.
Oh, a delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever.
Oh, agreed.
That's his quote that everybody says. So yeah, that's fine. They took their time. It's coming out. It looks good, plays good from the reviews I saw, so I'm not worried. Man, we've kind of gone through everything almost. Well, some of the bigger things. This is not big, but that fighting game collection came out. People are saying it's good. It's just a collection of all their fighting games. Something I still need to check out.
That's right.
I like fighting games. I like Street Fighter and Darkstalkers and Final Fight. So it'll be fun to check it out for a minute.
There were a lot of titles in there that I've never heard of.
Like what?
Oh my god.
You've had to have heard of Final Fight, right?
Oh yeah, Final Fight I've heard. But
Okay.
let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Oh, for the love of God, come on.
Do it. Did you find it?
Yes, sir. Like Super Gem Fighter, I've never heard of. Puzzle Fighter, Red Earth. Basically, a lot of the that's on this list. I've never.
So Puzzle Fighter and Gem Fighter are, I think I mentioned this to you before. It's a fighting game, but you are doing Tetris style gem matching and stuff, and it makes you do super moves to the other people.
Yeah.
That's basically what those two are. Red Earth is just a fighting game, but you are like animals, but are anthropomorphized to look like people, or to like have the body of people, but are still animals and they're fighting.
Okay.
Still a cool fighting game.
Oh.
It's I don't feel like it's a very well known Capcom one, but it was back in like the Super NES era, I think.
Yeah. It'd be cool to try. I'm not gonna lie, but
They have a lot of old fighting game IPs that they've just been sitting on that could probably stand to do with like a remake or something and find a whole new audience for. But this is a good way to get people introduced to them too.
right, exactly. Like I could see somebody trying to make like oh my god, an old arcade make like an arcade box and preload these games into them type of thing.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a fun project.
Yeah, yes, it would. You have to check out if you haven't seen it already at the YouTube channel. I like to make stuff. He actually makes an arcade house and shows you how to do it.
Might have to check that out. Learn how to make a cabinet and take my Raspberry Pi and make an emulation machine.
Yeah, that's he actually does that. And the first version, I want to say the first version, he just connected his PlayStation, connected a PlayStation to it, but the next one used a Raspberry Pi. No, or was it the reverse?
Okay.
Yes, the first one was the Raspberry Pi. The second one was a PlayStation, because the second one he ended up, it was sponsored by Mortal Kombat at the time.
Mm. That'd be cool.
Yes, it would.
Gotta check it out. Speaking of other games that are old, and this one is pretty old, I don't know if you had read about it or kept up with it or knew anything about the bots running rampant in Team Fortress 2.
I'm not familiar with Team Fortress 2, but I can see that being an issue. Why don't I have notes on
It's a super old first person shooter, like back in the early 2000s, like 2004 to 2008 or something. I think it came around in one of those years.
it? Yeah.
But like the online community have been still playing online together through Steam stuff, but like I guess because they haven't kept up with the updates and on top of everything, that bots have become a gigantic problem, and it makes it even more difficult for people to play. So they're just like, fuck this, we ain't playing this game until it gets fixed, because they've been trying to talk to Valve and get their attention, and still nothing has gone on. But they just released an update this week, and didn't completely fix everything, but they put in a lot of new tools and stuff to counteract the bots. So people are happy-ish that they're at least taking notice of it and they're trying to do something.
Right, exactly. At least it's
But
not.
it's just that game has been going on for so damn long.
and
It's just interesting.
I can see why it would be going out of hand if it's been around for that long, and I understand the community is still playing and stuff like that. But where it's an older game, the company might not want to. You know?
Yeah, but Team Fortress also has a thing that allows people to buy hats and stuff and trade them.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's partially through Steam's whole storefront too, like where you can get items in game and sell them through Steam's page somehow. I don't know. Steam's got a lot of interesting things that I don't know much about. Like they have a card system that you can trade cards with. There's in-game items that you can get for playing them or doing certain things.
Yeah.
So, all that shit I have no idea about.
Oh, same. My computer's too.
But I think that's how some of it go.
Yeah, I want to say my computer's too crappy to be playing any games with Steam.
You never know. I get like a 16-bit side scroller you could play.
True.
Super lightweight.
I know it can't handle a mobile game, so I'm good.
Oh man, we're almost done talking about all the shit. It's been such a short week, or a less interesting, uneventful week. What was I going to mention next? Oh yeah, this surprised me. The fact that Xbox came out and said, "Yeah, there's a shortage of controllers out in the market right now." When like every so often during the month they'll be like, "Check out this new color scheme of controllers," or "Here's our controller for this thing that we're celebrating," or anything like that. And now they came out and was like, yeah, just there's a shortage on just regular old Xbox controllers.
What the hell are they smoking?
Well, it's because of supply chain issues and just not having the parts to make them.
Okay, what about third party? Does nobody buy third party controllers anymore?
Don't know. I mean, it's not like Xbox is going to talk about third party either because it cuts into their money. But like officially licensed Xbox controllers, they're running short of them. I'm sure that if people get desperate enough and need to or want to, they'll buy a third-party controller.
Yeah.
But if they're looking to make it through Xbox's like build your controller program or whatever the hell they have that it's called, they may be SOL for certain colors or designs or something.
I wasn't that. I'm not a. Big,
it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really a non-issue. Anybody, if anything, I think I bought.
It depends on who you are.
It's definitely not for me. It's a non-issue for me. Because I think
And.
Good.
I was just gonna say it might make me sound like a dick, but it doesn't affect me because I had a controller made for me a long ass time ago, so I've got mine. Meg made me a controller that's my blue with my gamer tag on the front of it, and it's blue and white.
Ah, that's cool. Well, stuff like that makes sense. Like a cool little gift or something like that. It makes sense. But like,
yeah,
gaming wise, it's really a non-issue, to be honest. And if Microsoft's gonna have an issue with that, I'm like, listen, buddy.
I wonder how much. I wonder if like that's counting Xboxes that are in development to be, packaged up with them and shipped out.
Yeah.
Or if they're being sold just by themselves.
Right.
I wonder how they're counting the numbers.
Same.
I didn't read too far enough into it to find out. Oh, remember how I complained about it? Well, I guess it wasn't really a complaint because I don't give a shit because I didn't play the game. Mm-hmm. But how Capcom during their showcase announced a video talking about Dragon's Dogma, and all they did was say, "We got something to show you later," and that was all.
Yeah.
Well, they came back around like a few days later and was like, "Yeah, we're making Dragon's Dogma 2," and that was it. So it's just like, wait for the announcement. We're gonna tell you about something, and then disappeared and was like, "We're making a second one," and then left again.
And I watched the video. At some point, I just got tired. I got tired of listening with skipping. I didn't see like anything to show for it other than a logo, right?
A title, yeah, that's it.
Really?
Yeah, it's just in development. That's all. But it's a big deal because people really like Dragon's Dogma and said it was an excellent game. So the fact that they're finally coming around and making a sequel to it is kind of a big deal.
I like the look of the original game from what I saw in the footage, and the concept behind it, and the fact that you can actually climb. Granted, it's not really a new concept now because a lot of games use stuff like that. But the fact that like one of the things that they were talking about was the point behind the original game was you're playing RPG games like that, and you're fighting huge ass monsters, and you're just slashing at their feet. Whereas this one, you can actually climb them and stuff like that. I mean,
Kind of like Shadow of the Colossus.
right. Um, and I like stuff like that because it makes sense.
Really quickly to bringing it back around to the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus was one of the first games that was on Games Done Quick when it started today. That was the first game they showed. So nice little circle around back to the beginning.
I'll have to watch a replay.
So yeah, I've heard Dragon's Dogma is great. I haven't played it myself. I'm excited that it got a sequel because everybody who's played it said it's awesome and needs one. So good for them finally getting a sequel.
I have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah. What else? I think. Yeah, we've nailed pretty much everything except for two last things. One's a super shitty thing, and the other one's kind of interesting. The two at the very bottom of the list. Oh, no, make that three, because I forgot about the EA boss thing, too.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure the two things I'm looking at they're both kind of shitty.
Yeah, the EA one is kind of interesting. That the boss, Andrew Wilson, took a $20 million pay cut because the stockholders from EA are like, hey, using money too much too fast. Look somewhere else for it. Or like, we're not going to give you money to make certain things. So I guess the boss just took a paycheck to be able to keep their quote-unquote money pot for whatever they need to make or develop stay a certain size. Because I guess from what I read is that they were dipping into it too much and too often to pay like bonuses and things to other people that the stockholders were like, cut it out.
Yeah, and that's what makes no sense to me because I'm looking at it when I was looking at the numbers. I was reading somewhere his actual salary is like $1 million to $1.5 million a year. Most of his pay is bonus based. I'm like, how does that make sense?
It's from their money pot. It's like all the extra goes into that, and then they just pay out bonuses and shit. So how do you go from like 1 or 2 million to 39 million in 1 year?
Exactly. I'm like, if that's the case, why not have somebody raise their salary?
Yes. Or give the people that are working on these games a better bonus. Don't just say, I run the company so I get the biggest bonus.
Yeah. Honestly, you should.
I'm not a business person. I don't know how this shit works, but you got to give your employees some sort of incentive to keep them working.
Agreed, because I'm pretty sure that $20 million can get split very handsomely between all those people.
Probably. I mean, I wonder if they could like use that money for their other studios they have under their umbrella as well. Like how EA has Respawn making Apex for them. As far as I'm understanding, Apex is its own standalone thing, making their own money and having shit come in.
Yeah.
I wonder if EA would foot any kind of bonuses for them with how much they've been just working on the game itself and how much they've sold and player engagement and shit like that.
Right.
Don't know how they spend the money or what they use it on. But it'd be cool to know that they're doing that for their developers.
Agreed. Financially, something's just not clicking in my head. 1 million salary, 30 million in bonuses.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell right. Sorry.
No. I almost don't want to read these last two news things because it's shitty. But given who and what it is, I'm not surprised. But it still sucks. And is ridiculous.
Agreed.
before I actually read it, I'm going to ask you, how do you go into something being yourself and saying, yeah, I did nothing wrong, and it be a legit excuse?
I would be laughed at and be like, God, really? That's
Good way to describe it, because that's basically what's happening. Once that word got out, everybody's like, yeah, what the fuck, you're stupid.
right.
So just to clarify, it's Activision Blizzard going in and saying they found nothing wrong with the sexual harassment and everything from the court filings, and they've been attacked by the media with a barrage of criticisms and shit because of all the court filings from what happened. So they decided to audit themselves and come back and said, yeah, we're fine. We did nothing wrong. Because of course they're going to fucking do that.
So there are Trumplicans.
I don't know what you want to call it, but the fact that, like, all these people came forth, there's litigation, the fucking state of California had to come down on them too, and they just go, yeah, no, we're fine. We did nothing wrong. Like, I don't know how they imagine that they could just do that and get away with it and think, yeah, everything's fine. But no, they're laughed at too. Everybody's like, yeah, you fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then now, do you want to say it or you want me to say it?
Go.
The bad news.
Go ahead.
The fact that they're keeping Kotick on the board of directors is just one of the worst decisions they can make. Considering everything that happened while he was leading the company and allowed shit to happen and participated in some of it, threatening employees and things like that, they're like, yeah, we'll still keep him on the board. It's fine. So he's still running the company and making decisions despite all the bullshit. Which, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions too, should not be the case.
Agreed. It's a nice slap in the face.
Yeah, well, maybe Xbox will have a say in it and just somehow either ask him to leave or push him out and get actual management in there.
I hope so.
I mean, Activision Blizzard is like the prime place to actually start a full-blown union of the company itself. Considering they've already got started with Raven Software on the inside, there's nothing saying that they can't just form a union as a company itself, because they would have a lot of sway. I think that might be one of the better choices for that company too, especially after everything that's gone on.
Oh, absolutely. Only time will tell.
Yep. It's just sad that they did that, and I still don't understand fully why. What are you gonna do?
Agreed. No. It's above our pay grade. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. They're smarter people than us trying to figure this shit out.
I hope so.
Yeah, you do hope so, right? You can't trust people, so you hope that they know what they're doing, and they're doing it for the betterment of society, I guess.
Pretty much. Oh well. We focus on doing what we gotta do, and then...
Just keep talking about what a piece of shit he is and tell everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Use information as a weapon. And that is all the news. That is literally everything. Well, not literally everything, but like the big, more important things. It's been a quiet week. Not much is going on.
Well, even then, it's still a decent amount because we're at hour and 10 right now. Granted,
That's not bad.
We did talk for a little bit at the beginning, but
yeah,
still a decent amount. But
is there anything that you are playing new or planning to play new?
I'm trying to, if I can get my freaking tablet to work. Not really. Still playing the slime game.
Of course.
It was trying to play Diablo. Well, actually, is it released yet? I know that they were saying. Oh no, is that the 28th? Disneyverse.
Diablo 4?
No.
Oh, Disneyverse.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's see. Let's look up that date. I'm looking. Disneyverse. Wait, which was it called? The Mirrorverse? Or
Mirrorverse, I think. Mirrorverse.
is this the same one that I'm thinking?
Yeah, it's
June 23rd, 2020. Or 2022. So yeah, it came out, and it's... Okay, so there's a big divide in scores.
really.
There's one here that says 4.6 out of 5, and then another one that says 4 out of 10. So those are two different sides of that scale.
Wow. It looked cool on the premise.
But yeah, it's out. It came out 3 days ago.
Well, I just downloaded it right now, so I will let you know for the next one.
What is that one even about? Because I don't know that I know that one. Because it doesn't sound familiar to me.
From the trailer, from what I noticed, basically you can play as alternate universe versions of Disney characters,
Okay.
and you're supposed to fight some type of darkness that's taking over other alternate universe versions of characters.
Interesting.
Okay. I just thought the character design looked pretty damn cool. I figured it'd be cool enough to try.
It's always worth trying it. You never know if you like it or not.
Right.
That's why I like playing everything.
Oh Jesus.
That's how I found some of my favorite games. Just trying random shit for fun.
Pretty much.